In the world of alternative rock, few bands have made as dynamic an entrance and impact as Paramore. Emerging from the suburban landscape of Franklin, Tennessee, they quickly carved a name for themselves in a genre characterized by emotion-laden verses and explosive choruses. Over the years, Paramore has undergone numerous transformations, not just in terms of their music, but within the very fabric of the band itself. This documentary explores the intriguing journey of Paramore, one of the definitive bands of a generation, dissecting each era of their discography to unearth the artistic evolutions and cultural resonances that have marked their path. The pulsating story begins with the origins of a band that would go on to be a cornerstone of alternative rock. The genesis of Paramore in 2004 was anything but ordinary. Formed in the small town of Franklin, Tennessee, the band originated from the meeting of a group of spirited teenagers with shared musical dreams. Led resolutely by a young yet prodigious Hayley Williams, Paramore's original ensemble was a tapestry of talent with guitarist Josh Farro, drummer Zach Farro, rhythm guitarist Jason Bynum, and bassist Jeremy Davis, each bringing their own influences and styles. The local music scene served as fertile ground for their burgeoning creativity, a crucible wherein they could blend pop-punk energy with mainstream ambition. Teetering on the cusp of fame in a music industry landscape that was rapidly shifting towards digital, Paramore was born into a world still knee-deep in the consequences of the early 2000s music revolution, one that saw the decline of traditional record sales and the rise of internet-driven discovery. The energy of this era was characterized by a rawness, an eagerness, and a relentless push against boundaries. Paramore was destined to ride this wave. Their debut album, All We Know Is Falling, was released in 2005, marking the official entry of Paramore into the wider world. Laden with youthful fervor and emo rock sensibilities, the album captured a snapshot of the band's early sound. Paramore's first major studio endeavor was imbued with themes of loss and longing, articulated through Hayley Williams' poignant lyrics and backed by the passionate instrumentation of her bandmates. Tracks like Pressure and Emergency became emblematic of the band's early identity, blending catchy melodies with an emotional undercurrent that resonated with listeners. Yet amidst their growing success, internal dynamics shifted, leading to the departure of guitarist Jason Bynum, signaling the first in a series of lineup changes that would challenge the band throughout its career. The release of Riot in 2007 was a veritable explosion onto the mainstream stage. This sophomore album marked a daring transition from fledgling upstarts to bona fide rock titans. With Riot, Paramore embraced a brighter, more polished sound. The production under the guidance of David Bendeth was crisper, the hooks tighter, fully embracing the pop-punk vein. Songs like Misery Business and Crush 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 catapulted the band to new heights, with their energetic rhythms and Hayley's commanding voice standing at the forefront. The Riot era was not only a critical triumph, but also an era where Paramore's dynamic live performances, fueled by relentless tours and iconic festival slots like Warped Tour, solidified their position as a formidable live act. This era also marked a nuanced shift in the band's lyrical content, wherein themes of individuality and defiance became prominent, resonating deeply with a generation of fans seeking their voices amid the noise. Paramore's rising popularity was fueled by platforms like MTV, which facilitated the music videos and performances that enthralled a wide audience. In 2009, Paramore released Brand New Eyes, an album emblematic of both maturity and turmoil. This period was rife with growing pains, internal conflicts within the band reaching a boiling point. The tensions were palpable, not just in the strained relationships, but also in the incisive nature of the music itself. The album's sound was a departure from the exuberance of Riot, signaling a shift towards a more complex and introspective approach. Tracks like Ignorance and The Only Exception explored both raw frustration and tender vulnerability. Yet, amidst the collection of soul-bearing anthems, whispers of discontent threatened the band's unity. Josh and Zach Farro's eventual departures after the album's release left Paramore at a pivotal crossroads. The band, now pared down, faced an existential question, not just how to continue, but how to retain their essence amidst burgeoning challenges. As one chapter closed with palpable uncertainty, Paramore was on the brink of reinvention. With the release of their self-titled album in 2013, Paramore boldly crossed into uncharted musical territory. This era was marked by an amalgamation of sounds and styles, embodying an eclectic range from rock to funk-infused pop. The band, embracing this new phase, saw the addition of guitarist Taylor York, who played a pivotal role in reshaping their sonic landscape. Singles like Still Into You and Ain't It Fun dominated charts, showcasing a lighter, more exuberant side of the band that retained their core emotional punch but with a distinctively larger-than-life flair. This phase was symbolic of resilience and reinvention. Despite the internal fractures of the past, Paramore emerged with an infectious energy and renewed artistic vision. Their live performances grew larger and more diverse, with crowds swelling to witness a band transformed yet still intensely familiar. Through personal pain and triumph, Paramore proved their ability to adapt and thrive. After Laughter, released in 2017, marks yet another evolution, steering the band towards a synth-laden pop sound deeply infused with 1980s new wave influences. influences. Reinstating Zac Farro as the drummer, Paramore embarked on a journey that intertwined glittering pop atmospheres with darker thematic explorations. Hits like Hard Times and Told You So were deceptively upbeat, underneath which lay layers of complexity and introspective lyricism, grappling with notions of mental health and authenticity. This era was a shift not only sonically but thematically. The band, even as they masked serious undertones with vibrant melodies, tackled the industries and their own personal pressures with candor and poetic honesty. Zac Farro's return provided a rejuvenated group dynamic that, paired with Hayley Williams's and Taylor York's evolving artistry, shaped this era as one of introspection and richly deserved applause. As the years have progressed past After Laughter, Paramore has continued to release music, experimenting with singles and side projects. They hint at future directions that may further push their stylistic boundaries and continue to enrich their discography. Yet through this journey, Paramore's legacy is already firmly planted in the annals of alternative music. Their influence reverberates beyond their own works, inspiring a new generation of artists who admire their resilience, dynamism, and willingness to confront change. As we close this chapter on Paramore's storied history, one can reflect on the profound evolution that has taken them from a garage band in Tennessee to a world-renowned act. Their journey through various musical landscapes is a testament to the power of transformation and the enduring impact of art. For the fans, old and new alike, Paramore's music remains a soundscape of experiences as diverse and profound as the band itself. We invite you to delve deeper, revisit these eras, and share your thoughts on the journey of this iconic band and the indelible mark they've left on the world. Whether through playlists, commentaries, or conversations, Paramore's story is one that will continue to resonate for years to come.